There you go.
What is good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Base Fuego and Sonrisa podcast, where we talk all good things modern dating, un poco de limón y chile, cold hard truths.
There you go. Tequila optional.
Kombucha optional. Just for this special episode.
That's true. We're not sponsored of shit.
We're not sponsored by the Flying Ambers, but if you want to
like
highlight your
to.
boys, yeah. If you want to highlight your boys, then
We'll take it.
We're here. But yeah, guys.
You wanted to talk about something, right?
Nah, heck nah. I'm out of here. No,
What?
just kidding.
Well, there's a door right over there. Go ahead.
I'm walking out 2 doors.
Oh, that's right.
So,
Miss Hello Ratchet out here.
well, I don't know where to start. It's a lot of things on mine.
I guess start with the quiet thing.
I'll start off with current events. So your boy, you know what I'm saying, just turned 30. Baby!
How does it feel?
Feels good. Feels great. It's I don't know, it's a switch. I remember me and you were having a conversation about about ages. And I was still 29, you know, you turned 30 in March. And yeah, we were just talking about it. You were saying like, yeah, it's like when you turn 30, it's like a switch. It's like something it's like it's different. It's hard to explain. And I was like, I wasn't ignoring it. I was just like 29, like cool. Like I guess when I get there, you know, we'll see.
Yeah.
And yeah, right the day I turned 30, like I didn't think about it much because I was working, but it just hit me out of nowhere. And I'm, wait a minute, oh man, I'm 30 now. Like I'm not in my 20s no more. Like, whoa, this is different. Like I don't feel like a 20-year-old no more at all. And it's pretty very intriguing because it's a whole different step in my life. I have a direction where I'm headed, but I guess just because I don't know the whole grand scheme of things, even with goals, just because 30 is a whole new world for me.
Yeah.
It's a whole experience. I'm taking it day by day. You know, I'm not trying to get overwhelmed. I'm not trying to think about it too much because then I'm gonna lose focus. But it is different. You know, I've been 20 for so long, 10 years now that I've been 20. Now I'm 30. So like, yeah, it's a very unique experience. I really like it. I'm really grateful. You know what I'm saying? Thank God that, you know, we both made it to 30,
yeah, that's
you know,
crazy.
and we're still going. So I'm really grateful for that. And yeah, see what 30 is in store. I think a lot of good things are going to happen for both of us. I think life's going to get great for both of us and everybody else. You know, hope all you guys have great times. But yeah, 30 is a very unique age.
It's interesting. Like when you're in your 20s, like you feel like you're young forever. And then when you hit 30, you're like, although something's a little different, you know.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it was my 20s. So, like, I think we talked about this in the last podcast, where in your 20s, you can make a lot of mistakes. Like, and I'm not saying that in your 30s you can't, but in your 20s, that's when you want to make the most amount of mistakes because you have no assets, no real tangible, like, you don't have a family, you don't have assets. But when you're 30, there's something about, like, biologically, it's like, you just feel like a man. I don't know. You feel like a man.
I feel like a man, baby.
You just feel like you just shed off all your bullshit, all the partying, all that stuff. You kind of went through all that, and then you're just more ready to like not settle down, but you're more
relaxed, calm,
cool. Relaxed, calm, but also I guess grounded would be the right. Yeah, you're grounded, and you just more sure of yourself, more confident. You don't give a fuck. Like in your 20s, you have all this insecurity. You have peer pressure, and you're still trying to figure yourself out. But when you're getting into your 30s, you're more stoic, a little bit more secure by yourself. You have a little bit more swag in a sense. Older swag, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
grown man swag.
Yeah.
It's a grown man out here.
Because that wisdom comes with that. Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel it. So, yeah, man. So, yeah, turned 30 and went out with my brother and a friend to Vegas. And, yeah, man, Vegas was freaking cool. It was really cool. It was, I don't know. I really love Vegas. Like I've only been back almost 2 weeks now, and I miss it every single day. Like Vegas, I think it's a whole other world, man. It's like I was thinking about it yesterday. It's like where you can have fun and actually have fun. You know, aside from like getting in trouble or doing some stuff or getting arrested, but like it's actually a spot you can actually go and just have fun. Like I don't know. I can't really think of it. Like you can go and have nature walks, but it's more of a calming soul type of vibe. You can go again to the something in nature, right? It's always gonna be something about the soul. You're gonna come back with some calm, with some peace, with some clarity. If you go to like whoa, what the heck? If you go to like hold on. If you go to like amusement park or something, like that's fun too, but it's only for the rides. It's only for it's really good going.
There we go.
Freaking technical issues here.
So you're talking about rides and everything?
Yeah, right. Like so, rides and amusement parks, they're fun, but it's a whole different type of fun. Like you have to go on the rides there. But in Vegas, the moment you walk in there, it's like for me, it just becomes like this whole big playground, and it's like I don't know, it's the funnest for me. It's like the funnest place on earth. Like there's Disneyland, for kids and even people who love Disneyland, but for me, it's Vegas. Vegas is like I don't know, the happiest and the funnest I ever have in my life ever, and I've had really cool experiences. So yeah, we went to Vegas, and yeah, we're out there just chilling. Had a few drinks.
It was you, your brother, and a friend.
And a friend. And yeah, we had some tacos, and yeah, we had tacos. Went out, walked the strip. I went to a place called the Mango Tango.
What a name!
Yeah, it's like a little club you can dance to out there in Vegas. And
yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
what kind of music were they playing?
Pretty much reggaeton.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had some like salsa, cumbia, like it was basically like
you would think tango, but
they did have the mangoes though. They did have the mangoes.
They have in Vegas. They have a flamingo thing, right?
Yeah, flamingo hotel. Yeah. The flamingo.
Anyway, back to your mango tango.
Yeah, so yeah, we did that, and then yeah, pretty much that was it. That was a trip, and then I ended up parlaying and staying a little bit longer, like 2 extra more days, and then yeah, went home. But it was a cool trip. It was a really cool trip. It was a good way to end my 20s as like quote unquote like in a party city.
Yeah.
But didn't really do hella partying, but partied in the city. But also too evolving into my 30s where I let it basically it was like my letting go of it. Like, oh, I'm always gonna come back to Vegas. I love Vegas, but it's with a different mindset now going in there as opposed to when I went for my birthday because it was like basically my last hoorah of like a party. And yeah, so it was a cool trip, and I turned 30, and here we are doing the podcast. Afterwards.
You forgot it. You said in the last podcast that you were going to say about the trip that we went, because I was trying to help you the week before. So should we talk about that now or in the next podcast?
Oh shit!
You know what I'm saying?
Do you want me to tell it or you want to tell it? I don't mind.
Shit. I guess I can say it.
Yeah, you go ahead. Yeah, you tell it.
All right. So my boy, I couldn't go to Vegas or whatever. Kind of like just financially just not in the right place, and then even though I'm way better than when I was in my 20s, but for one reason or another I lost my job, and the position dissolved, so it no longer existed, and I was like, damn. And so I studied. I was pretty much I had to pivot to a new career, took a class, got a bunch of books and studied, and as much as I wanted to go to Vegas, I really couldn't. So I wanted to make sure Fuego over here had a cool ass time. So, man, it was an adventure, to say the least. So we went before he went to Vegas. We went the week prior, and I picked him up. We were trying. So we live out here in the suburbs of the Bay Area.
The deep east.
The deep east is what I like to call it.
We stay at.
And not the East Coast, the deep east.
The deep
get
east.
it right, people.
Like Idaho? What? No.
New York? No.
That's funny.
Bay.
That's an inside joke, guys.
Yeah, it's an inside joke. And so we went to several bars out here in the suburbs, and we went to like 2 or 3 different bars, and it was kind of dead at the time because we went kind of early. Out here, it's relatively early because everybody comes out like 11-ish, 12. But I wanted to get ahead of the game and just like see what's out because there was I looked up 3 to 4 different bars, and I wanted to make sure Fuego, was able to dance with some chicks, has good drinks, pretty much just hook up my boy because it's like one of my boys. He's a friend since elementary school, so I wanted to just make sure he leaves his 30s on a high note. So I went to a few bars. It was a dud. Then we went to this one bar. It was very interesting. I parked my car. We were on our way. I was looking at my phone on the way in. Then I was like, wait a minute. This security guard seems like, can't tell if he's emo or something, but he had black nail polish. So I'm like, that was interesting. Didn't think of anything of it. And we went in. They're playing electro music. So I thought it was just like an electro bar or whatever. Went in, and then it was like the drinks were like hella cheap. Like, yeah, and usually the drinks are like $10 more or something like that.
And it was sorry to interrupt. It was hella good. Is that horchata rum?
Oh yeah, it was like a they have like this ice machine or whatever, and they just pull it down. It was just this candy alcoholic goodness, right? Delicious. So they're playing electro music. There's like these two chicks by the bar. Like, at least there's some chicks. Maybe we'll holler at them later, but let's just enjoy this drink. And so we went. There's a little table at the end. So we went over there. We sat at the table. Unfortunately, there was like I was sitting. So like if my chair was the I thought it was a wall, but when I leaned back, it was a door. So I would like almost fall through the door twice. I'm like, this is kind of dangerous, but whatever. I didn't give a fuck. I didn't look back or whatever. Just I was just chilling, and then just like I noticed that it was just like more dudes kept coming in. I'm like, okay, that's weird. Maybe it's still early. You know, chicks like to come in late. They like to get their makeup on, whatever. It's cool. Like, they're wrong, you know. Most bars or whatever tend to have more dudes than chicks anyway, right? Playing cool electro music. There's this like I downloaded this app because I was trying to be a fucking
DJ.
dollar store DJ, and I couldn't get the thing to work. I'm like, I was just listening to the music, pumping with the music. We were having a cool time, and he's like I said, more dudes keep coming in. I'm like, fuck. And then my boy Fuego, he goes in and he's about to go to the women's restroom on accident, and I had to like, hey yo, there's a big old W on. You couldn't see because it was hella dark. It was just pitch black, and so
what up, honey?
So you know it's cool. So I was able to get him to the right restroom. We're good there, and I'm just like noticing a pattern, like just dudes coming in. It's like, and then like there was this girl like. So there was this girl, and she looked like she was having the time of her life. She was bald, and she was just going like, she was just pumping like, the music's pumping. She's sweating, and she's on the dance floor for at least 20 to 30. She didn't stop, bro. She was just, and I think you thought it was somebody. You thought it was a dude, right?
Yeah, from far I thought. But
it was a girl. It was just shorter hair than me, believe it or not. And she was just just with like a serious, like kind of like a semi-serious face, like that.
Yeah, she was having fun.
She was just having a cool ass time. And then I noticed after that, I see these two guys, like one is an older gentleman, a girl, and another guy, and one of them has like pink pants. I'm like, okay, this is kind of an eccentric crowd, whatever. I'm like, still not like, nah, I'm not there yet. So, and then what was it that made me look towards the bar? There was something that made me look towards that way, or there was a look. I was starting to like pick up cues that this wasn't right. I think
you said you saw some dudes with like pink shorts or something.
So like I saw those two gentlemen with the pink shorts. I saw an older gentleman. He was a white older gentleman with pink shorts and like a button up, and then he was dancing with another gentleman, but there was also a girl next to him. So I thought they were all like friends. Like I thought, dude in the pink pants was with the chick, and then the other guy was just it was just kind of like a friend. Didn't think anything of it. Cool. Then more people coming up, and more people came in. It was just pairs of dudes, and then the two hot girls that we thought were like hella hot turned out to be older like lesbians. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be. And then I looked at you. I'm like, are we in a gay bar? And because I noticed, right, like after I noticed that the two girls right next to them, there's these tiny little flags, and you can't see them because they're fucking tiny as fuck, and they have all kinds of colors. I'm like, don't tell me those are rainbow colors. And then I look closer, there are rainbow colors. I'm like, oh fuck. Not only did I take my best friend to a fucking gay bar, I fucking like I missed all the signs. There's rainbow flags. The guy with the black nail polish, he kind of had a little flamboyant personality, but couldn't really hear him. Yeah. I look behind me, the door. There was a big old poster right there, a 6 or 8 by 11.5 poster. You know what I'm saying? And it said like Sundays like drag night or some shit. I'm like, I can't believe I missed this. And I'm like, bro, we got to get the fuck out of here. I wanted to like, hook him up with chicks, and they took him to the wrong ass.
When I ended up going into the gay bar. I mean, I'm saying, there's still girls that act, you know what I'm saying? But
no, he's bisexual. Like, we didn't see any bisexual girls out there. Nothing.
Yeah, it was just couples.
It was a couple just dudes. It was just couples, but it was dudes mostly. It wasn't like chicks. It was mostly dudes.
I was like, oh.
And then, oh man, I felt hella embarrassed. Took my best friend to a gay bar for his birthday celebration. So and then, oh yeah, here's another thing. When we were walking out, because we were both looking on our phones, there's these huge ass fucking flags, rainbow flags. I'm like, oh my god, I missed those too. I missed all the. I literally missed me and my friend Fuego missed all the signs.
Yeah, I hella missed
all of the signs.
I hella missed them.
No wonder because I hear, I guess girls go to like have lady friends and they say that gay bars are like hella cheap, but I never really put two and two together because some bars are cheaper than others. It depends, like if you go like on happy hour or certain times, the drinks are cheaper.
And it was early too.
And we were early, so we thought it was just happy hour or something like that. But no, it was
we found a cool bar. Wait a minute.
Dude, you don't even know. And the funny thing is that bar is not advertised as a gay bar. It's just advertised as like a techno bar. So I thought like it's gonna be like EDC or whatever, you know, those music festivals.
Yeah.
We thought we're gonna see like half naked chicks, or we're gonna like dancing, like we're gonna pumping our fists, stuff like that. That was the vision I had. Never in my entire existence would I ever thought it was gonna be a gay bar. So that happened. And, I mean, the cool thing is that night it wasn't over. Oh, it gets better. Okay. Then we went to this one spot by where we live. It's called RetroJunkie in Walnut Creek.
Shout out RetroJunkie.
Great place, by the way. We went there a little early, so it was kind of dead. So we were just like, all right, we'll come back. Then we went to Fuego. It's a Latin American. They play like salsa, merengue, reggaeton.
It's a Latin club.
Yeah, so they play a lot of reggaeton. We were there, and it was perfect because it was hella fucking fine ass chicks. However, the line was hella fucking long, and we waited. We were like, let's try. We waited for half hour. We still were in. We're like, okay, it's already 11:30. Let's get out of here. So we left that club. We went back to RetroJunkie. Mm-hmm. We got 2 drinks. It was packed. It was cool. And then at RetroJunkie, after we got our drinks, we noticed a bunch of dudes. And I'm like, did we just go from one gay bar to another? I'm like, I cannot get this right, bro. I cannot get like how that we've been to RetroJunkie before. There's usually chicks. There's usually fine chicks. There's usually like, you know, white, Latin, whatever. And they're dancing to old music. So I thought it was going to be something like that. It was just a bunch of dudes for like the first 10 minutes. I'm like, I really am the worst friend in my, this is the worst thing. And then on top of that, I'm like, all right, whatever. Maybe there's some girls in there or something like that. And so we grab the drinks. We're ready to go on the dance floor. They're playing some cool dance music. Right when we go to the dance floor. Can you believe the song that they play? Can you just believe it? The song that they play, okay?
Take a guess, guys.
Take a guess. Like, just imagine out of all the songs, like, remember, it's RetroJunkie. They were playing Michael Jackson. They were playing, you know, some cool 80s songs. I don't remember exactly.
I don't remember all of them.
But Michael Jackson did play a few songs of his for sure. And
Billie Jean.
Billie Jean, yeah, there we go.
I'm gonna get copyrighted. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So, you're good. You're good there?
I think we're good. Yep.
All right. So, cool. We're at the dance floor. We see some fine chicks finally. Go on. They just play like Michael Jackson. They're playing like the hits. They're playing the 90s hits too. Go in and guess what song? Freaking Skater Boy. Out of all the songs, Avril Lavigne's Skater Boy. I'm like, if this isn't a sign from God, that it's not my night, bro. Like, I'm the worst. You should have seen my face. I was like this. I can't believe it. Took him to a gay bar. Couldn't go to the bar with all the chicks, with the hella fine chicks. Went to another bar, dudes. Then we finally find some hot chicks. Then they play Skater Boy. Out of all the songs they could have picked, they fucking picked Skater Boy. So I'm like, I look at him, I'm like, you know what? Like, this could be a sign. Like, you know what I'm saying? God does not want us to dance with some chicks, apparently. Yeah. I was just like, we can. I gave him the option, like, yo, bro, like, try my best. fucked up a lot of times, but we can chill here and just keep going and just go until the night ends.
Yeah.
Or we could just pick up and go.
Yeah.
And so we're like, damn, we already tried. We already came all this way. We put a lot of effort. Let's just stay. And it turned out, well, go tell them what happened.
Yeah, it ended up being hella cool. So yeah, and we were staying there, and at that moment too, I was kind of like, oh man, this is over. But then I was like, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna make the best of it. I started feeling a little buzz. They have a drink called the Tony Montana over there. It's cool. It tastes good, but it's just like a small little glass.
Yeah, the Ghostbusters.
But it was good, and so that was kind of like I was kind of buzzed, and then I was like, all right, well, I'm trying to see. So yeah, I went around to like a group where there's like a group of girls, and then they were just dancing by themselves, and then I was like, maybe they didn't want to be bothered. And then it was me and Sonrisa. We were just kind of just like dancing, but just there. And then crap. Then they started playing all the hits. Then so they went from Skater Boy all this like punk rock music. Like it's cool. I just don't really know it, or I don't know how to dance it.
They played Fall Out Boy. They played like that kind of stuff. My Chemical Romance.
Yeah, so like it was cool, but I was like I don't really know it. So then I was like but I was jamming to it. Like it's cool. And now all of a sudden the DJ saved the night. He ended up started playing straight up old school 2000s hip hop. I was like, started off with Ludacris. That got the vibe going. Then you know what I'm saying, we were here and there. We were trying to dance with not like trying, but we were like with groups just dancing with them or whatever. And then kind of took a break from it. And then I saw this two group of girls. And then I saw like one dude, like some random dude, go up to one of the friends. So I was like, okay, that leaves the other girl by herself. So then I saw two dudes next to her, not next to her, but like circling her or orbiting her, but they weren't approaching her. So I just went in between them and I went to approach her, and then I ended up dancing with her for a little bit. And I was cool, danced with her. And I went back with Sonrisa. Then I went out, we were just chopping it up for a little bit, came back, and then I seen like a little, little cute Colombian chick. And I was like, you know what? Dance with her. I went and danced with her. And yeah, it changed my whole night around. Like at that point, before those moments, I thought the night was over. I was satisfied with it being how it was. I was like, hey, this is how the night's gonna be. That's just how it's supposed to be. I'm like, hey, I'm not happy, but hey, that's just how it's supposed to be. But no, I ended up changing my whole night around. So that was really cool. Ended up dancing with two girls. They were cool. And yeah, I went out there. I left hella happy. I was like, oh hell yeah, I'm out. So it was that
was my goal, man. That's all I wanted. I just wanted you to at least dance with the chick, like. If you got, you know what I'm saying, numbers and whatever after that, that's cool. But to me, my goal was for you to have fun, one, and then two, obviously you can get like some chicks, especially albums. Yeah. There'd be some fine ass ones out here. Especially out here.
Yeah, it had been a while since I danced with a girl, like freaking. It's been a while. So it was nice that like I was able to accomplish that after a while. Because that's a different story, right? But yeah, it had been a while. So I was like, cool. And then yeah, I was able to do that. So I was like, cool. Good way to start my birthday.
Bro, that was all I wanted, bro. That's all I wanted.
It was dope. It started off crazy. But it ended up great.
If you see rainbow flags, run.
Yeah, take all your surroundings.
Yeah, bro.
Do all your research.
Don't be on your phone walking into bro.
Yeah.
That was my mistake. I should have.
Yeah, no, that's all good. I was just like, once you said it.
Well, and you know what's also, there's no, like, where we live, there's not that many. Even though we live in the Bay Area, we live in the suburbs, and there's not that many gay clubs out here. Like,
yeah, like you don't hear about it at all.
So to me, I just thought it was just like techno or something. Yeah. Club. So I was like, what the? Wait a minute. This environment, there's too many clues. All right.
Yeah.
And then it's all.
I know. We both
I just looked at the environment. I just looked at the people who were coming in, and that was the one that.
Yeah, because you don't want to call that like, hey, is this a gay bar? And I was like, yeah, bro, I was thinking the same thing. Because I had noticed little things too. I was like, nah, I can't be. I'm like, nah.
It's funny because we both want to be like we're both optimistic, but it's the point where we didn't look at the surroundings ever when we wanted.
Yeah, until we really focused on it. Like, man, yeah, because what was concerning was that it was only one person on the dance floor the whole time. Like you said, there was like the older like friends or like couple that they were dancing. Excuse me, but I was like, for the amount of people that are in here, no one's in the dance floor. It doesn't make sense because normally for me when I go out, maybe the whole floor is not packed, but everybody's trying to dance who goes out. At least single girls, single guys, they're all on the dance floor. So for nobody to be there, but there's guys and gals here, it was concerned. I was like, wait a minute, like
sus, right?
Yeah, like wait a minute, like something's off. And then, until the sign showed up, I was like,
we just needed
they all
that
came
confirmation.
together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
they
just
all
needed
came
that
together.
confirmation.
I was like, well, what's wrong?
We got it. Yeah, we got it.
But then, yeah, it ended up being a cool night. So that was cool.
That's a cool story. I mean,
yeah, no, yeah, it's like one of my favorite stories to tell. Sounds like
it's embarrassing. I mean, as a friend,
Yeah.
I should have. I was dude. You didn't even want to know how
Yeah,
embarrassed
that's
I
all
was
good.
that night.
No, that's all good. I was just like, yeah. For me, I was just like, I'm just happy that I'm able to have a happy ending at the end. That's what I'm happy. I'm like, at least.
Got danced with 2 hot chicks too.
Yeah, I was like,
And there's this one chick that was like, I wasn't sure she was trying to dance with me, and there's this whole thing. But
yeah.
I mean, at least I got some attention.
Yeah, so
It was
yeah,
cool.
yeah, it was cool. Yeah, hell yeah. So yeah, it was cool. Got to change the whole night around, and yeah, and it was a great way to start that weekend because it ended up being a great week for the show. And then start off there, and then top it off with Vegas at the end, and it was perfect. It was a damn. Just thinking about it gets me, man. I had a really good weekend. I had a really good week. Oh, my last week.
There you go.
So yeah, it was dope.
Change the subjects a little bit. You said you saw something on TikTok.
Yeah,
that was like,
yeah, guys.
Kind of
so
like a trend or something.
Yeah, guys. So I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I don't want to make assumptions here, but on my end, I've just seen it trending so much. This thing called quiet quitting. And at first, when I first saw it, I thought it was more like you plant the seed in your mind that you want to quit. You're scheming a plan to get out of it, whether you quit randomly or spontaneously, or you have a set date that you just quit on the spot, or if you're gonna put in your 2 weeks. That's what I thought at first. But then I started seeing a lot of people start making videos about it, and then I saw from Shark Tank Kevin O'Reilly, and he was like, and he made a video about it. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
Wonderful.
Yeah, Mr. Wonderful. Like, what's going on? Like, this thing is trending. So I'm like, all right, let me watch a video because like, what is going on here? And yeah, basically the idea is that you end up getting to a point where you're either tired or just fed up with the work that they're giving you. So you just end up just doing the bare minimum. So technically you're not quitting. You're just quitting on the job in the sense that like you're quitting on the amount of work that you provide.
It's a soft quit.
Like, yeah, like you're basically giving up on the company in the sense that like I had it, but I lost it. But yeah, soft quitting pretty much.
Like morale wise, right? You're just morale is just like I don't give a shit.
It's kind of like it's somewhat like that, but it's also like you just fed up with the company in the sense of like you at first you get to like said morale, right? You get there, you like want to help, you want to find any ways to help the company grow, expand, be the best
part
person.
of the like vision and shit.
Yeah, and then once you get to quiet quitting, it's like you're just fed up with it all. Like you don't see the vision anymore. You don't want to follow the vision no more. You just want to do the bare minimum to get your check and basically move on. And yeah, it ended up trending on TikTok, and it just threw me off. Like, whoa, like how did this thing become a thing? But yeah, if you guys seen it, yeah. So what are your thoughts on that?
I always thought. I'm trying to just fix the lights. I have a lot of shadow and shit.
I
would always thought it was a thing. Still got a lot of shadow. Whatever. I always thought.
Behind you?
Yeah, because it's kind of at a weird angle. It's like hitting.
Go ahead.
All right. So no, I always thought quiet quitting. The way I see it,
Is that better?
It's about. I don't know if it's the angle of the light. This is on demand. How we fix? No, it's worse.
It's worse.
Yeah,
because
because
you need it closer. Right?
closer. Yeah. This is what we call technical difficulties. It's about the same. It's cool. No, because it's like that weird angle where it's like cutting. There we go. Yeah. I think it's because it was behind us. Yeah. That's better. In front of us. Yeah, it needs to be in front.
What if I put it here like that?
You can try and see what happens. Because there's less shadow here.
That's how I see everybody.
No, that much better. Yeah.
That's how I see everybody do it. They do that. They put it. Doesn't matter if it's higher.
A little bit lower because it's like too much. There we go. Yeah.
Next time I just put it lower.
Yeah. All right, so back to quiet quitting, right? Kind of.
Yeah.
Stupid lighting.
Gosh.
We just got this ring light, so we're just figuring it out right now, right? So we finally got one.
Oh yeah, it's hella sicker.
It feels look at that shit. It's way better. So yeah, I mean, I always thought it was a thing. Like I've seen coworkers of mine where for different industries. So like usually service industries, right? But they try moving up in the world. Like you said, they have them around the beginning. They're super excited. They want to be part of the company. They have the values, but they keep hitting a ceiling, or they keep hitting like all these barriers, like unnecessary barriers, like politics, indoor politics, favoritism, nepotism, all that shit. So it's like eventually you're like, and you're asking for help. You're doing your best. You're asking, like, you're trying to be reasonable. You're not trying to be like nitpicky and like, I don't want to do that kind of stuff. That's a whole separate conversation. Yeah. What I'm talking about is like people who actually put all 100% in the beginning and keep putting 100%, 100%. They hit like it's almost like an exhaustion. Like you're like, you know what, I'm done. Like that's why I get like the people that work for Amazon. Like I get why they want a fucking union strike. Like pissing in bottles and shitting in bag, bro. Like can you give us like time to go to the bathroom? I understand and I have one-click delivery dates I gotta meet, but you're telling me I can't use the bathroom for 5 minutes to take care of business? I think it's going to be a bigger conversation of like, because what we have is we have a world where we have a lot of oligopolies. So a monopoly is when you have one company that runs the entire show of whatever business that is. An oligopoly is like things like internet. It's a lot of them actually. Internet, phone service. Like anytime you have phone, it's usually Sprint, or it's usually T-Mobile because Sprintbot got bought out.
Oh yeah, true.
Sprint, AT&T, and Verizon, right? Yeah, Verizon. That's an oligopoly. You don't have many options, and they control the market. So they can, if tomorrow they decided they wanted everybody to pay, $2,000 a month, they can do that. And then the people that are working in the businesses, they don't have a lot of options to move within the business, right? So if you hit a cap in one industry, what I'm saying, it's going to be difficult to like transfer. And that happens in a lot of industries. So that's just one. It's cell phone, TV is similar. Like out here we have Xfinity and AT&T. That's it. And then meat packing is also an oligopoly. There's a lot. There's so many.
Farm.
Yeah, exactly. The meat packing. So all those people are left with very little options, and the companies know that. And so what they do is they try to fucking crush the morale of the people because they know that there's always going to be somebody next in line. Yeah. And so that's why I like the fact that people can go ahead and speak up and voice their concerns and want better wages and better fucking healthcare and better time off and all this stuff because the companies don't give a shit. I mean, the only reason why we have a 5-day work week is because in the 1920s, the workers from the steel company from Andrew Carnegie, they went on strike and for months and months, and eventually Congress passed the bill and it was a whole thing. But they went on strike because if not, then they would be working 7 days a week, however many hours a week. That's why that happened. It wasn't there was no limit to how many hours you could work. You can say, I want you to work 7 days a week at these hours, 10 hours, 12 hours a day, and go for it. Well, I'm paying you, remember. Mm-hmm. So to me, it's like I support, like when it comes to like big businesses, I support like unionization because you just get better benefits. Like there's a reason why electricians and water treatment plant operators and all these other people, they're in unions. BART, they get paid good, they get better benefits, they get time off, they get a savings account, they get a 401k, like versus a non-union. Like let's see, I can name a few. All the gig work, so Uber, Lyft, they don't want to give you benefits. Why? Because it's cheaper. Would you rather pay, if you're a company, would you rather pay your employees benefits or not? Yeah, right. If you're trying to say, if your ultimate goal is to make the maximum amount of profit, are you going to want to give your employees benefits?
Yeah, no, heck no.
Right?
It's worth my money.
See, but the thing is, the companies, they're looking at it as maximizing profits, but they're not looking at loyalty in terms of like.
No, yeah, they're lightweight greedy.
Yeah, they are greedy. Just call a spade, they don't care about how much they turn over because they know there's always going to be somebody next in line. It's what they call not a treadmill. What do they call that?
What, like the hamster wheel?
Yeah. Well, not a hamster wheel. Like there's always somebody next in line.
Mm.
What they call that? The thing in the supermarket, thing that like rotates.
Oh, I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, but it's pretty much there's always going to be somebody next in line to replace you. When it's a business economy, there's two types of economies. Yeah. So anyway, I support it. I think if they do it so that way they can show the bosses that they want to unionize or something. To that extent, I support it. But if you're just doing it because you don't want to be there, I mean, that's all. You might just quit. Like at that point, might as well just quit. Like I don't know.
Yeah. That's where I'm at, 50-50. Like
yeah, I understand both sides, but
but
if you're not gonna do shit, like literally, no, you're literally not gonna do anything. Then just get out of that job so somebody else can take it. Because if you don't want it,
somebody else gonna want it or appreciate it or whatever.
Yeah. So I'm like, I understand it. I understand its use, but I don't think it's a good way to. It's not like I want to be a soft quitter, you know.
Yeah, or to leverage anything in a bad way.
Yeah,
or like you say, to be lazy.
Yeah. Some people are gonna use that way, you know.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm quiet quitting.
I'm like, you're just a teenager. Shut the hell up. Just get to work.
You've been here for 20 years.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, bro.
I feel that. What do you think about it?
I don't know too much about it. I only know the idea about it.
How did it start? Do you know?
No, I just seen it hella trending, and people were just talking about like the idea of it and why. No, pretty much it. The idea of it, what it is, and that's all I saw. I was like, oh, like, that's interesting. For me, what really caught my attention is what a movement is that you have even like huge stars like Mr. Wonderful speaking about it. So that's what caught my attention. Like, man, like it's not that everyday people on TikTok who have millions or even hundreds of thousands of subscribers or followers. It's they're still famous if you see them in public and you know them.
Yeah.
You're gonna post, hey, I remember you from TikTok, or I know you from TikTok, but to get somebody like that high of like status to comment on it, it's like, man, it's like, all right, this is somewhat of a big deal now. Like,
well, I bet he made. Well, when you're at a different position, when you're not like a manager or anything, when you're in such a high position like a CEO or you're like in that bracket, you're not boots on the ground, so you can't. You see spreadsheets and shit like that and graphs, but you don't really get to see. You don't get to touch graphs because you're in business meetings and room boards and finances, and you're trying to figure out how to open up a franchise and all this stuff. You're doing your problems are way different. I'm not to say that they're probably a little bit more complex and different mentally and all this other stuff, but you don't really get to see how your company's doing. Like you don't really, you're not driving.
Operations.
Yeah, I mean, so and then the employees are telling you something, but the manager's also giving you like an excuse too, or not a reason too. So it's like, do you believe the employees? Do you believe the manager?
It gets that's where I think that's why I know it's kind of going off, but
go ahead.
Yeah, I think like as a manager, like that's one thing you have to talk to your team like from top to bottom. You have to talk to everybody because you need to know what's going on, what's up, because one person might interpret it one way, another person might interpret it a different way. And you need to hear both sides so that you can come to an understanding.
Yeah.
And you also get an idea of what's going on with work and, what day-to-day operations are, aside from all the responsibilities you have, which even doing that is more responsibility. But
that's true.
But it just comes with the job. I mean, I know a lot of managers don't like doing that, but, that's their culture. That's what they do. But in our culture, it's like we all do it because we got to.
I think for me,
in a cool way though, we want to know. We want to know what's going on.
I've always been interested in leadership, like it's always fascinating, like to me, like and then because people want to hate the big boss because for whatever reason, right? Because it needs a target or whatever. But until you get to that position, you're not really going to understand like what it means to manage a team. But someone once said like there's two ways to manage, right? There's two ways to be a leader. There's a leader where you get the people to be on your side and you encourage them and you help them out. You're still tough, but you're not an asshole, right?
Yeah, you're not. Yeah,
you're not that. There's that type of leadership, and then there's a dictatorship where it's like you purposefully supplant fear into somebody's into your team's thing because you don't want them to get out of line. If they get out of line, you fire them, right?
Yeah.
Which is the opposite extreme, because then when you do that, you're just creating pretty much a coup. Like you're pretty much waiting for a coup to happen. Like someone's gonna like someone's gonna like aim for your position and take you over most of the time, or they're gonna team up and find ways to make your life living hell.
You make a toxic culture then like that, instilling fear in your employees.
Yeah,
you make a toxic culture because they live in fear, and even though you feel like you're on top, or like you can basically you run everything in the sense that like if anybody messes up, you have the power. Basically, it's what it is, power. You have power, but you're controlling it in a negative way. That like by having this type of power that's negative, you are you are making it toxic because everybody's scared to go to work. People are afraid to speak up. People are afraid to express themselves.
Starbucks does a really good job in that.
Yeah, so like you said, there's two different types of leadership. Like you can still be stern, but also still be open minded to hearing an employee.
I hate this fucking narrative of like it's either one or the other. It's either you're the fucking dictator and you're gonna be abusive and you're gonna be an asshole, or you're this soft like ice cream that everybody walks over. Everybody takes breaks whenever the hell they want, do whatever they want. Takes more like
you need a fine balance of both. Not necessarily fear, but
I mean Gary Vee talks about it too. Like in his older videos, he would talk about like how he needs to in a company, if you don't take out the bad apples right when they come out, they're gonna create I hate using the word toxic. Let me think about another word. They're going to create like a poisonous environment, like a poisonous work environment.
Yeah.
So you got to, weed them out.
Yeah. What I was looking at my phone is, I don't know if you guys follow this guy's name, Retail King, but he does like skits on TikTok. And basically he's like a manager of a retail store, but he acts out like scenarios. And sometimes he'll act out like, employee stuff.
Retail King?
Yeah, Retail King. It's very relatable. Yeah. Now that I'm like assistant manager. Now like at first I was watching him before, but now it's more relatable. But anyways, but like he'll show instances where like he's like the right manager in a sense, like where he's cool, he's like balanced, he's like understanding, and then he also does skits where he's like the toxic one, and like you can see the difference of like nah man, that's the right way to lead, and then you see the other one, it's just like nah, like it's like no, it's like you just the way he does the skits, you're like nah, no way I can agree by being like that. I mean there are managers who are like that, and that's them, but nah.
There's books about like manager leadership, right? Like there's
even Simon Sinek.
Simon Sinek is pretty good. Why Leaders Should Eat Last, I think, is the name of the book. Is one of his books. It's pretty famous. He also has Getting to Your Reason Why or something like that, about like finding your why, or finding like your inner why you want to do something.
Like in general. Your why in general?
Your why. He was famous. He was famous for YouTube for a long time because there was this. He was number one for YouTube in the early 2010s.
Sick.
And he would create this diagram of like how to find your why, and why you should, when you look for work, you should look for something that's close to your identity and to what you want to do.
Yeah, sick.
So he did a whole thing. He became famous there. He created a whole book. I think I'm remembering now. It's called Start With Why. That's what it's called. Start With Why. And then he has another book called Why Leaders Should Eat Last. So he's good about like talking about leadership and that kind of stuff. Another good one is Jocko Willink. He has a book about leadership too. I just don't remember the name of it. He has Extreme Ownership, which is talks about accountability and that kind of stuff. So he also has another book about leadership. Another good person to talk about is Gary Vee. He has a lot of good books about leadership. Jab, 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 right hook.
Even his newest one, he just came out. I have it somewhere there, but even that one.
Oh yeah,
that one's really good.
The one with like the piggy bank in it, right?
Yeah, I should reread it. Yeah, it's a good book.
So that's a good book. So there's a lot of good books about like leadership. Because I always thought like people always complain about their managers, right? That's like just like the common like meme now, right?
Yeah.
But there's a difference between a cool manager and a dick manager and a softie, right? There's an extreme, as Kevin Ray Wilder would say, there's a golden mean, right? There's like being too soft as a manager and then being too rigid, right?
Yeah.
You want to be in the middle. Yeah, because you don't want your bad apples to take over the company and then destroy it. But so that's why you need to be harsh. But you don't want to be so harsh that people are planning against you to get rid of you, because
Yeah,
that's what happened too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
people will plan against you to get rid of you. So
Yeah.
that, they will do, things to make your life a living hell. So yeah, and that's why I think there's this guy called the Undergoat on TikTok who I follow. I showed you him, who made a whole TikTok about like, it's like, damn, I hate my job and something. That remember that song?
I think so, but I don't remember.
He blew up with that. He blew up with that.
Oh
like,
yeah.
he blew up with that
Yeah.
on TikTok, and
Yeah, that was cool.
we're talking about like workers and shit like that, right? So in the, a lot of Starbucks workers are unionizing because low pay, right? No benefits. And the funny thing about Starbucks is they're so like they're like, their marketing is so PC. Like, come on, guys, just diversity, and it sounds like a hippie, right? Like, we're welcoming of everything. Like, just we're gonna be in this together, and we're gonna be green and all this nonsense, right? It's all this bullshit marketing nonsense. And they are the worst when it comes to like union busting. Like, they'll like fire people, they'll crack down on meetings, they'll do hella illegal ass shit, right? Same thing with Amazon. Amazon isn't better. Amazon's pretty bad, it's pretty up there. So there's all these unionizing because workers want to get paid more, and they can't. A union just means a way to represent yourself in the table. So when you don't have a union, you don't have no representation of your workers, what they want, what they're asking for, that kind of stuff. It's not about like taking over or anything like that. No. It's about like having a voice at the table, and having a strong voice at the table at that. Strong unions obviously are better than weak unions. That's why electricians get paid a lot. That's why water operators get paid good. That's why all these other, like I said, what's another good trade? Plumbers, they get paid really well. Very, very underrepresented and underlooked, but highly important trade. We talked about this before,
Yeah.
I'm getting myself into a trade too, because I liked healthcare, but you need a schooling, and it's kind of like you're gonna hit it. For me, I was hitting caps, I was hitting ceilings, and I was like, if I keep going on this rate, I'm just gonna get more debt, more student loan debt. Then I'm gonna be backtracked. I'm never gonna get to where I want to go. So I decided to take, I divorced. I put my divorce papers into healthcare, and I'm signing up.
Take it
for a union. So
Ayo.
there we go. I'm studying my ass off too. It's not easy. It's not easy. You see me.
There we go.
I need to know biology, chemistry, engineering, and laws.
Sheesh. Sounds fun
I know, right?
though.
But anyway, for that, unions. Anything else you want to talk about?
I don't know. You have another idea? Another topic?
I'm thinking.
Trying to think.
Did you ever get to see that Dragon Ball movie?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, talk about that.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was hella dope. Yeah, it was hella sick. It was hella cool. I don't want to give too many spoilers. I mean, it's already been out already, but I'll give it a couple more days. Yeah, I don't want to get some spoilers, but yeah, it's way beyond. It's way beyond that I thought was cool. The one thing I will say though is the animation is way different than what I've been used to for Dragon Ball and even Dragon Ball Super. It's way different.
And Dragon Ball Z too?
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z. No. Yeah, it's all like the animation is way different now.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it better or worse or just?
It's different. It's different. Yeah, it's different. It's like it's almost like stop motion, but not clay. If that makes sense. It's almost like that. It feels like that. But the scenery, the fighting, all of that is hella like. Yeah, they really got down. I think it grossed like it's like the #1 anime ever that's grossed the most money like at box office.
Damn, that's sick.
It made like 20 million. Like damn.
What? That's
yeah,
crazy.
I made hella money. I was like, damn.
Well, I mean, Dragon Ball.
Mm-hmm.
So it was big in not just in the States, but it was also big in Mexico. Like Mexico was a big big consumer of Dragon Ball.
Yeah, even though
I know people that were from Mexico that would watch Dragon Ball when they were kids. Yeah. And they'd have it dubbed in Spanish and shit.
Yeah, that's how I first watched it here, like in the States. I watched it because they used to have it on Telemundo on Sundays.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my older brothers used to watch it in Spanish. So that's how I got introduced to Dragon Ball in Spanish at first. Yeah. I'm like, oh, bro, this is hella dope. And then I found out it was like dubbed in English. I'm like, wait a minute, what? And then I found out it was from Japan. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
It's
wait
like
a
3
gosh,
degrees off.
Wait a
from, like...
gosh dang say here. Wait a minute. So yeah, I've been hooked since I was a kid. So I've been waiting for this movie for a while now. So yeah, I'm glad I watched it. That was sick. And yeah, that was it. Let's see. I guess while we're here, I know it's hella change the subject.
Hey, bro, it's a podcast. We can do whatever the hell we want.
I was thinking like
any subject.
I think we already talked about it, but
hey, just throw it out there.
I guess we'll throw some dating advice while we're here at it.
All right, Mr. Game.
All right, Mr. Game and Watch. You know who that is? Shout you out.
Wow. Talk about Super Smash Bros. As a melee.
Yeah, melee. Even now he's still there.
He's still there.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Mr. Game and Watch. He's hella good now. But anyways, he's good though. So see me though, Brian. Anyways, so I want to shout out Playing with Fire because he went over it today, and I also heard it from another guy. His name's Wingman Plus, but I heard from him first, but then I guess solidified it with Playing with Fire with Alex. But basically, the whole idea, guys, if you guys are using dating apps, you want to be on it as much as you can. Obviously, you want to swipe on the girls you like, not on the girls you do not like. But if you don't care, then you know what I'm saying, go ahead. But yeah.
And this is Tinder specifically, or does it matter?
No, I think it doesn't matter because the reason why I say it doesn't matter is because I've had a lot of results by being consistent on the app. So that's.
But you also have good pictures too, so it's hard to tell if is it consistency or if it's the pictures.
It's consistency because like for Hinge, for example, if I'm not on it as much, I won't get that many matches. I'll maybe get one like from a girl, maybe once a week, but that whole time when I'm not using the app, when I just have it there. But the moment I get on the app and I start using it, I just start getting matches at the match. Not like every single girl I talk to, but if let's say I talk to 5 girls, I at least get 2 matches from those. So yeah, so I get from using it, but I have 1 out of the week. But you know, obviously, if I do it for 5 days, then I'm getting 10 matches. So I'm talking to 10 girls. So no, yeah, it's the more you use the app. And then again, also too, Tinder is the parent, I think, of Hinge, and I forgot what the other one is. I want to say Bumble because the one from Bumble, she used to work for Tinder, and then she made her own company, Bumble. So she got the like marketing ideas, but it's her own.
But did she get bought out by the Match Group? Match Group is the one that owns Tinder, Match, all the. Yeah, I think he hired me too.
Dang.
I don't know if Coffee Meets Bagel.
What about Christian Single Mingle? I don't know what it was called.
Oh no, I'm kidding.
With the light on.
Oh no. No, I think they're independent, but they're way smaller than it's like 2 groups, right? It's like 2 companies that own almost all the dating apps.
I know Match is the biggest one, but
Match is the biggest. Yeah,
I only use the biggest
one. Tinder owns Match.
Wait, who? Tinder owns? Yeah, Match owns Tinder. Yeah.
I mean, sorry, Match owns Tinder, which owns Hinge.
And they own another one, but I can't remember what it was. Well, I guess there's Match.com and eHarmony, all those big ones too. But not Bumble. I know not Bumble. Or maybe they do now. Maybe they actually.
I think they acquired it. I don't know. I'm just speculating.
Yeah, me too.
I'm just conspiracy theory.
Right.
It's owned by Illuminati. It's Illuminati's hold it.
I knew it. I knew it was them.
They're the reason why sex is going down for guys. Okay.
The Illuminati.
They just want to keep you in control.
So yeah, guys, if you guys are, and like you said, also you want to work on your picture, you want to take great pictures.
I'm considering getting I know somebody who can help me with good pictures.
I know a guy.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? I know a guy.
No, cool. Yeah, because that's what I ended up doing. I already had good pictures, and I ended up paying somebody on Fiverr to edit them, and my matches went up more. I was not really matching with a lot of pretty girls.
In the beginning, or not?
Or is this
before
you
edited?
In the beginning, like before I edited my pictures. Like
I wanted to make sure people
not pretty girls, but
like a what? On the scale of 1 to 10, where would you put them?
Probably like 6s, 5 or 6s.
All right, so average, right?
Yeah, and then once I edited my pictures, then I got like then they started going to like 7s and 8s for sure. I haven't got like a smokehouse yet, but I mean I could on Hinge.
But I mean in the Bay Area, I feel like. I mean, this is just a wild guess, but I mean, when we go out, we've seen some fine ass chicks.
Fine ass chicks.
And it seems like they want to be approached. I mean, mind you, I feel like in the club people approach more than like on the streets or whatever. But I think to get those type of chicks, you gotta approach. I'm just speculating.
What, like hot girls?
Well, yeah, I feel like you're more likely. I feel like you're more likely to find them at a club and go dance with them. And I mean, here where we live.
Yeah, but I was just talking about the apps. Yeah, like. I mean, you could still get a smokehouse on the app, not as not as often like you said in person. I would agree with that for sure, but just on the app because people have gotten really hot girls from the app. So I was just speaking about my experience on the app.
So Chris Williamson, if you haven't followed him, he used to be on Love Island and this other stuff, and he has his own podcast. He interviewed this one person, very interesting. They were looking at the curve of sex when the exact rate of sexless males and females went up a little bit. And it turns out right when Tinder launched, the exact time Tinder launched, the amount of guys that were having sex less went up.
Sheesh.
And same thing with girls, went up just a tad. I think it went to 18% to girls, and for men it's almost like it's at 30%, I think.
Oh shit.
Men that are not having sex or virgins till later on in life.
Damn.
So I mean, there is something. I just think, like, I like the apps, but don't get me wrong. But I just think you're just better off like once you develop your game, once you develop your character, once you develop all that inner game, right? Then you're just more likely to have success. I feel like in person than on the app.
Yeah. No, I mean I feel that. I was just talking about the app, though.
No, I know what you're talking. I know what you're saying, but
yeah, I mean, I get
for the guys that are not getting anything on the app. Sometimes it's just better off approaching a thing at that point, because the apps are intended for guys. So I think it's like the amount of guys that are on Tinder is like 70%, I think, or 80%, versus like 20% of women. It's the percentages is ridiculous. Yeah. So it's like going to a crowded club and there's like 5 girls. I mean, I don't know. I think maybe you should have. I don't know. I'm like 50-50 on apps. Because I just have more success in person, I guess. That's just me.
Yeah, no, yeah, I have more success on apps.
Yeah,
for sure. But for me, I agree. I definitely would say go out there and talk to them, because in order for you, because even if you meet a girl, I mean, I don't know, I can't really speak on it because I don't really know. I know some dudes who got game, even if they just invite a girl over. So, but anyways, what I was trying to say is that even if you don't have the right skills, you don't have the right inner game, then even if you meet girls online, the moment you hang out with them, you're not going to be able to convey your personality, your charisma. You might get nervous if they come over to your house, or even if you want to date, you're still going to get nervous because you don't have that exposure, you don't have that experience. So, yeah, I think it makes more sense to. I mean, not makes more sense, but it would help a lot more, because also too, I wouldn't want to hurt your self-esteem if you have no game and like you just go out there and get blown out. You're just going to think you suck at game. So I'm not, or like you suck with women, so I wouldn't advise that. But I would say at least like if you're gonna learn a game, like if you're a newbie or if you're like never had any experience with any girl, I would honestly pay for a coach, or like if you have friends who know game, I would learn from them.
E.G. Hayden does pretty good. Kevin Ray Wilder does a lot of inner game. Playing with Fire. Those are guys that are pretty good, and they're. I mean, I think Playing with Fire, he has his rates are pretty good too. So
yeah, and then there's Wingman Plus. In my opinion, I think he's really good too.
So I think you guys need to just invest. Like sometimes I know it's like 200, 300. You know, sometimes you're like but at the same time, and like you're gonna be spending that money somewhere else. Like you're gonna be watching, eating fast food, or you're doing something else. So I mean, how much are you willing to invest in your dating life? I guess is the best way to because you're going to be watching other stuff and it's going to take you away from dating. I don't know.
Yeah, and then also too, like even with the dating apps, like you're gonna have to put in work there too. You're gonna have to invest on that too. You're gonna have to invest somebody to take your pictures, get the right pictures, edit them.
Pictures. Then you got to know text game. Then you got to know all that. That's a whole separate set of skills.
Either way, if you want to get good with girls and you have no idea, you're gonna have to put in work. You're gonna have to learn. First, you're gonna have to learn. You're gonna have to put it like first. You have to make the commitment, and then you're gonna have to learn, and then you're gonna have to put in the work.
And then do the work. Yeah. Don't forget to do.
No, that's what I'm saying. Put in the work. That's what it is. So and then you'll honestly you'll succeed. You'll have a lot of fails, especially in the beginning. You have so many fails, but after that, once you go over the hump. However long it takes, like be patient with yourself too, especially if you're new. Like don't think you know it all.
In general, too, you're gonna fail most of the time. Like most girls that you're gonna approach, it's like 50% of the girls already are gonna be taken. They're not gonna be interested. They're in a bad mood.
They ignore you.
Right. So I mean, your chances are. I mean, you're gonna be ignored by a lot of girls, but don't take that as no. I mean, just take a stride. After 10 out of 10 girls, one of them might say, "What's up?" You know what I'm saying? And go after that one.
Yeah. All you need is one. That's all you need is one.
See, that's the thing about being a guy. Like, you gotta build that resilience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't just like expect things.
Yeah, just to fall in your lap.
All right, I'm gonna. So we're gonna do a little game. Ready?
All right.
I'm gonna give you common advice women give, and you're gonna say why. You're gonna give 5 hashtags of why it's wrong. Okay.
Hashtags.
You're gonna say in hashtags too. The first 5 hashtags. Okay.
Yeah.
Just be yourself.
Just be yourself. Wrong. Hashtag wrong. Hashtag.
Put your fingers up so you can
hashtag wrong. Hashtag. Misinformed. Hashtag delusional. Hashtag. No. I don't know experience. How do you say it? Not experience, but like
well, lack of self-awareness.
Not like a self-awareness, but I guess they're hashtag not stepping in our shoes. Hashtag
no empathy. Like
yeah, I was gonna say that too. Yeah, no empathy. Yeah, so those 5.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna do 2 more, right?
Okay.
Just be confident.
Just be confident.
Yeah, just be confident. Just be confident. Just be confident.
Almost the same thing too.
Yeah.
The same ones.
No, try different ones.
So just be confident.
Yeah.
So again, misinformation. Hashtag misinformation. Hashtag not misinformation. Hashtag not correct. Hashtag wrong. Hashtag what do you mean? Hashtag
that's a good one.
Hashtag what do you mean? Hashtag define please. Hashtag how can I use it?
All right. That's pretty good. Ready for the last one?
Yeah.
All right, last one. It's better off we just start off as friends and then we can be something more.
Oh, jeez. Hashtag friend zone. Hashtag friend zone. Hashtag you won't get the girl. Hashtag playing you. Hashtag you get hurt. Hashtag lies.
There you go.
Yeah.
That was the episode. Do you have any more games?
Huh?
Do you have any more games?
I
just can't put you on the spot. But
that was pretty cool. No.
I was thinking about that like on the other day. That was kind of fun. I should have brought my tie.
Let's see. That was a good one. All right. Let's play. What would you do? What would be the wrong thing to do in this scenario?
Ooh. Okay. Go ahead.
So I'll give you the question. Okay. You walk into you walk into a supermarket and there's a girl. Like you walk into a supermarket, same aisle as the girl, but the girl's back is facing you.
Her back is facing you?
Her back is facing you. So you're behind her, her back is facing you.
Okay.
What would be the wrong thing to do? I guess
like anything to do with like anything that's gonna startle her. So like you like touch her or you say something really loud, or I think those are the worst things. Like you want to kind of approach at like a different angle. You kind of want to approach either to the side or to the front. But by the behind is like you're gonna startle her, and women already have their guard up, so that's the last thing you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Her wall is just gonna fucking fly up. Great Wall of China just went up. Yeah.
Okay. Scenario number 2. Okay, I like that. Okay. Scenario number 2. Every single time. Okay, you're at work and you see the same employee. You see all your coworkers approach the same girl. They approach her with gifts. They approach her with gifts. They approach her with compliments every single day. what would be the wrong thing to do every single time you're with her one-on-one? Like you run into her by yourself. What would be the wrong thing to do in that situation?
Shit, there's so many things you can. What's the wrong thing?
Yeah, what would be the wrong thing to do?
I guess let me start with the right thing to do,
Mhm.
and then I can kind of go backwards.
Okay.
All right. So the right thing to do, you'd want to approach her. You kind of want to tease her because women like the highs and lows of emotion. So you kind of want to tease her. You kind of want to, because she's so used to getting everything.
Okay.
So the right thing to do is like tease, be playful, and be seductive. Lower your voice, be slow, that kind of stuff. Anything that's like, being a high, speaking very fast and being an entertainer, and that's not good either, right? You don't want to be an entertainer. You're not a dancing monkey. Giving her gifts, you're showering her, you're giving her free, you're giving her free stuff without her earning it. So she's gonna get entitled there. You're giving her attention without, like when the guys don't know how to push and pull and that kind of stuff, they're just giving free attention to her, and that's kind of lame or whatever. Another thing is guys, some guys they don't talk with enthusiasm, or they don't talk with charisma. So guys are very logical. We'll talk like A plus B equals C, all day long. So what do you do for work? So we start getting into interview mode, like hold on, ready?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So where were you at 8 a.m.? That kind of shit. Like, oh, so what kind of work do you do? Oh, how many kids do you have? Do you live with your parents? How are your parents? Like, they start getting into like this interview, like spotlight, and the women feel like they're under pressure to answer, where the man should be leading, but in a cool way. Like, he should be flirting with her, letting her know that he's interested, but not directly. Letting her know that he's the man. Like, do a man to woman frame. She's probably gonna throw some shit tests, so his job is not to react, but to just maintain his frame, whatever that frame is. So those are the right things to do. So anything that's kind of beyond that. So being the friend, being the gift giver, being the bore, like being the boring guy, being the wood. Those are all the wrong things. Did that answer?
Yeah, I would also. It's the same thing. I'm summarizing it. Is don't do what everybody else is doing. Be different. Be different, because if all these guys are showering her, giving her gifts, complimenting her all the time, and you're the opposite in the sense of like you say, you teasing her a little bit, you joke with her, you vibe with her, but you're not giving her any validation. You're not, giving her all your attention. She's gonna right away get to notice you. She's like, oh, this guy's different. Like all these other guys are doing all these things for me, but why is that guy different? This intrigues me. So that's what I would say. But everything is what you said is exactly what I'm saying.
Okay.
Same thing. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, because
that's what I.
Yeah, that's how you'll stand out, especially if you work like in a corporate job and you work with a lot of employees, like a lot of coworkers, and you notice that like they're doing all the same things to her, but none of them are dating them, even though it may seem like it. Just be the different one, and she'll catch on. But you still gotta talk to her a little bit.
Yeah, you still gotta flirt and stuff like that, and she might not even be interested in you, but at least you tried.
Or not. Yeah, no, that's all good. But
yeah. What were we gonna say?
I was gonna say, well, you don't really want to flirt at work.
Or you can insinuate something after,
like an innuendo or something.
Yeah. You can do things like you can do subtle things. Like, you don't want to be like, hey girl, I just want to take you to the bathroom and have sex.
No, that's not flirting.
But you know what I mean? Like you don't want to be super direct that way. You can be indirect. And and if you do get into a relationship, you have to make sure that's within the policy, and then you got to do the whole HR thing and all that. So, but if you're just looking for cool time, just be cool with her, vibe with her. Make sure that she knows that you're there. You want to have a cool vibe and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, have fun with her for sure.
Yeah. Girls want literally that song. Girls want to have fun. That's literally it, bro. That's literally it.
Feel that. Yeah, for sure.
What's the next scenario?
Let's see. I got those two.
What's another common mistake men make?
We got grocery. We got that. Oh, okay. What not to do when you get a girl's phone number?
Oh man, here we go. All right, so when you get a girl's phone number, you want to do a few things. You want to vibe with her over text, or you could call her, but she needs to know that you need to build investment before you call, and then that needs to be kind of like a scheduled thing. You can't just call her right away. So things that you shouldn't do: blowing up her phone, text, images, whatever, blowing up her phone anyway, harassing, getting mad, like showing like weak. That's kind of showing your weakness that you don't have any emotional control
and neediness.
Yeah. So putting her on a pedestal, all those things I would say are the wrong.
Yeah, by doing that.
Yeah. I mean that happens a lot. I don't know if it happens out here more than other places, but it happens a lot.
I think it happens everywhere.
But I'm wondering if because we live in the Bay Area and we're so technologically driven and we're so focused because Silicon Valley is for us is like an hour away, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder if that contributes to like the culture out here, like because we're so technologically driven, we're so like we kind of gloat about Silicon Valley, but we all know that that there's other parts of the Bay Area that are more beautiful than Silicon Valley. You know what I'm saying? There's more culture like in Oakland than say like Silicon Valley. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm wondering if the tech out here is contributing to more of that needy behavior, like because it's so heavily emphasized.
Ooh, I'm theorizing here, but I would say no. I would say if anything, it's worse because it's making more people socially awkward. It's making a lot of dudes more nervous to even ask for a number or even message girls. Like they might hit them up, but they might not because they're so frightened.
That's what I'm saying. I think that because we're so technologically driven that we put too much of our attention in our phones that we don't go out and approaching isn't as common as let's say.
I thought you meant like blowing up a girl. Like we don't do it. Like
no, I mean
like
the opposite.
We do it here.
I mean the opposite. We do it more.
Okay.
We probably do it more, and we probably emphasize it more. At least in certain social circles, I would say. I don't know about like I've never been to an upper class, never been rich, so I can't say. I can talk about like middle class.
No, but you get the girls coming to you. You're rich, man.
Shit. You gotta be hella. You gotta be hella. Man. You gotta be everybody wants to be dating the founder of a CEO out here.
You got
Literally.
You got status, my G. I mean, it's not all and everything, but you got status.
I would say status is worth more than money in certain aspects.
But with status, they have money. Not that they have money. You in your mind you think, okay, this dude's a manager, this dude's a CEO.
I see what you're saying.
They have though, even if they're like in debt or whatever. But at least in the back of your mind, like, that guy's pretty.
Or they have the potential to make more, right?
Yeah. And that's what we think. Imagine the girl. Oh shit, this guy can provide for me. This guy can take care of me. If I had a kid, he'll afford it. So they're more open to give them a chance as opposed to like a dude who's like making not even minimum wage or even just making minimum wage. Like, I mean, there's still girls, they're cool. But for the most part, yeah. Short term, they'll be probably more down to like mess around. But long term, like they'll probably be like, I gotta think about it. I think if they're older. I think when they're younger, I think it's more in the moment. Hey,
it's more spontaneous. He's
with me. I'm right with him. We're younger. But if you're like 21, 22-year-old woman, I think it's different. You think about it more. Like, I can have a kid now. I need to make sure it's the right guy. Stuff like that. I think
21, 22, really? I would think like 25, 26 girls.
I mean, those are more for sure, but they have more of a, they have more standards at that time, prerequisites. You want to date me? You have a whole checklist. 21, 22, they're still open to stuff.
I see what you're saying. You think they're more open at 21? I think they're less open at 21, 22.
Not long term, but at least open to like, oh, I see what you're
saying. Because because they got so much attention.
Yeah, and they like party mode too.
Exactly. Yeah. It's college years.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe if she's like 18, 19, I think you're good. 21. Because 18, 19, now I would say yeah. I
don't like I get guys who date chicks that are like 18, 19, but they look like babies to me. Like,
no, yeah.
It's weird to me. Every guy's different. They're like fucking. They can't even drink alcohol, bro. It's like, what are you doing with this chick?
Drink some apple juice.
What are you gonna do? Get some apple fritters at McDonald's? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing here? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's mainly, bro. now that I'm 30, it's mainly like, I don't know. It's mainly just like 25 seems cool.
Yeah.
Seems cool.
Yeah.
Like to really be committed with, yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
Committed?
I don't know about my age though, Maria, to be honest.
I don't know, maybe.
I mean, I would if she was like hella cool, but I'd probably go like 25, 20, fresh out of college. Not even fresh out of college, but
has some experience in life.
Yeah.
Probably at her peak though.
Yeah. Right at the peak.
Right at the top.
Sheesh.
What's another cool little game that we can play? I'm thinking about like another game. I was thinking about games like to play on the way here too.
It's trivia night.
Wrong answers only. Let's do the opposite. Wrong answers only. So you see. Let me think. You're at the grocery store and you just happen to see this hot like 5'5" blonde with blue eyes. She has like a perfect body. She hits the gym all the time. You can tell. So wrong answers only.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
Only?
Yeah, wrong answers.
Yell in her ear. Tap her on her shoulder right when her back is facing you.
Oh, that's perfect. There
Startle her. What about you? What do you do?
Jump in front of her. Startle her ass. or what a lot of like PC TikTokers would do is like, just be her friend, bro. Just be her friend. You're gonna be, Why do you think girls say that though? Like, I never understood why girls say that. Like,
what, to be their friend?
Like they want a guy to be friends with them first, and then to see where it goes. Is it because he becomes more predictable and she can control him more? Like, what is that?
Do you mean like, but they actually are giving him a chance, or they're like, how can I say, like, they're actually like, if they're gonna say, hey, let's be friends, but then they're gonna actually give him a chance, or do you mean like, let's be friends as in like, let's mess around first and then be something, or do you mean like actually be friends?
So those are all actually valid questions. I don't know. I mean, girls. There's some girls that say they would want to. They verbally say they want to put a guy in a friend and then see where it goes. But to me, that doesn't seem like I agree with Alex with playing with fire strategy, in the sense of like, put the girl in the fact that she invests in you. She should be invested in you, and then, try to have a good time with her. Be honest with her and all that stuff. But have a good time with her as soon as possible. Versus like this other, like, it doesn't seem like, I don't think a girl will respect you if she puts you in the friend zone. I don't think she respects you as a man. Because
either that, or she's just using you for validation.
Good point.
Yeah, in a sense of like, you're gonna be there, because that's what girls want. Like, not that's all they want, but what they do like is somebody.
Patrice O'Neal, go.
somebody to hear them and listen to them, right? Like, they just want somebody to listen to them, hear about all the stuff they went through at work and stuff like that, or about their day. So if they can find a dude who can do that for them and not have to give it up, because like, because like when
that's
you're
the game, right?
Yeah, because when you're in a relationship, like, that's what I'm saying. Girls are cool, but hey, they're looking for come ups too, man. So like,
we all are.
Yeah. So that's their strategy. Like, okay, how can I find a guy who I can basically do everything I want, but I don't have to have sex with them? And the reason why they do go, when they get in relationships, because they actually see the guy more sexual, but the guy knows he's gonna have to do all that, but he also knows they're also gonna have sex. That's why he stays there. As opposed to like, hey, if I find a dude who I don't have to have sex with, but he's still gonna be here and I can tell him everything, and like he can compliment me, he can listen to my stories, and I don't have to give him anything. Well, hell yeah, I'm gonna tell him to be my friend first.
I see.
Yeah.
So they get all their needs met without having to give.
Without giving it up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it's like for them that's ideal, because they know we all want to have sex. Like, they know that.
Well, I mean, but they also want to have sex too. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
They don't.
But they want to have sex.
Isn't that the whole like feminist movement? Like, isn't that the whole thing, like sexual liberation and all these contraceptions and all that? Isn't that like the whole thing? Like, women have this, obviously women are not going to have as much sex that, or not never going to feel the same sexual drive as men, I would say, because just because of biology, right? Men have testosterone. We can have sex, like we can have the need to have sex I'm not saying every guy. There's some guys that have that need to have sex like almost every day, right? But it's not that common for a woman to be like that. In fact, the opposite is more common. Women are more likely to be asexual than men are. Like there can be a woman who has no desire to have sex.
Yeah.
Zero desire. And there's women like that too, which is interesting. But I feel that. But yeah, because I've heard women say that, like, oh, like whether that's with the roommates, like sometimes they interview girls and stuff like that. They talk about, like sometimes they'll say it, and I'm like, where's my cat? Where's my cat, girl? Come on now. But that makes sense.
Yeah, so I think that's why they said, oh, let's be friends, and then we'll see where it goes. Like, yeah, so you can just use me, and then
you're just using him for his time and emotions or whatever. Versus the guy who, not using her, but the guy just wants to have a good time. Yeah, it's like, I mean, we all know that. It's not even hiding it. Everybody knows dudes want to have sex, man. Like, we're trying to have sex. Why play this whole, like, I just don't want to have, like this whole, like...
Because they have to be seen as, they can't be...
They have to be pure, right? Pure,
yeah. They're, in a lot of people's eyes, like, they're angels. So they don't want to destroy that image. That's why they really defend it. Like, when you go at them, like, oh, like, no, what are you talking about? It's like, they want to be seen like...
I guess I asked that because there's certain countries that are more, like, sexually liberated, quote unquote, right? Mm-hmm. But they're also very sexually active. I'm thinking, like, Swedish countries, because men are more in quote unquote they're masculine, and women are quote unquote they're feminine, and it just works better. Like they're more sexually active, they have all the same rights and stuff like that. But you'll see like these hot, Swedish chicks with like these muscular ass dudes, and it's just like it works because they're not taught to be soft, to be more. It's like there's this, and I don't know if you agree with me or not, but there's like this whole narrative. Like guys need to be more like women because that's the right thing to do. Like you need to be more like a woman. You need to sit down in a classroom. Don't be agitated, because if you're a boy and you're running around, it's not because you have a little bit of testosterone. No. It's because you have ADHD, and we're gonna put you and sedate you with all this medication because you're a boy, and all this stuff, and you're, that kind of stuff. Like you're there's this whole like from when you're a kid to when you're an adult. Sensitivity training. Remember when that was a thing? You need to be sensitive, okay? You need to take into consideration other people's feelings, because you can offend them. You're gonna offend them. Don't want to offend them. You don't want to offend them. Because if you offend them, then they're gonna get upset at you. Okay? So calm down. Don't be disagreeable. Just agree with everything everybody says. It's like, and women tend to be. Jordan Peterson says it time and time again. Women tend to be more agreeable. Just because they're kind of taught that way when they're kids, and they're also like, they just, it's kind of in their nature in a sense. So it's nature and nurture. And men are, it's opposite. Men are tend to be more disagreeable, and just, it's just different.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I don't know, like certain things. I'm like, why are they trying to feminize men so much? I don't get it. In that sense.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
Because then you're creating that. There needs to be a polarity. If you don't have that polarity, there's no sexual attraction. If you don't have any sexual attraction, people ain't gonna bang. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hell yeah.
People want to bang. Guys and girls, not just guys too. Girls want to bang a masculine dude. They don't want to bang. Dick is cheap, I guess they say. Dick is cheap for them. They want to bang like a stud.
Yeah. They
want to make it worth their while, I guess.
Yeah, hell yeah. Like, damn, that is I don't know. I guess like a high value dude or whatever, but that dude he's something. He's something different.
He's different. Yeah, that's the word.
So I want that. And if all these girls want him too, oh no, he's a hot commodity. I want that.
It becomes what's that marketing trick where it's like rarity or whatever, right?
Oh, scarcity.
Scarcity, yeah. It becomes scarce, and women want the scarce thing.
Yeah, hell yeah. They want a winner.
They don't just want a winner. They want a man. They want a man. They don't want a little. Can I get you supper? I don't want to hurt your feelings. I'm sorry. Did I hurt your feelings? Can't say. Speak up, dude. Speak with your chest. You don't want to be talking like this because you sound like Squidward, okay? And you sound hella feminine. And you don't want to be talking like this either. So you want to talk with your chest, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Speak with your chest, as they say.
Diaphragm, bro. So, baby. Hell yeah.
Any more?
No, I think I'm cool.
Tips?
No, I think I'm cool for now. Yeah, I can't think of any other ones.
I love this light. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's really nice. We like how dope it is.
Yeah, we're not like in the dark like before, bro.
Yeah,
bro, this is a game changer. Can't wait.
Yeah, I like it.
Anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, follow us on TikTok. We put shorts. I try. I work on sometimes. I put a lot of effort into making some of those shorts. We also, put a lot of effort into making those clips too. So, so like do all that. Follow us. We might be giving away shirts coming soon, so just be on that. Mm-hmm. Any other announcements?
Yeah, no, just be ready for the raffle. Thank you guys for all the support along all these years. We made a lot of a lot of highlights, a lot of achievements. Some very random, some we didn't expect that just happened for us. And continue going, continue growing, expanding, and it's not without you guys' support, we're not really there. So thank you guys for sure.
All right, guys. He said it the best. He said it the best. So Sonrisa out.
Fuego out.